also paying for work shenanigans because I told him the next time he gets it done, he needs to get him put WNC blue and have him put the letters WNCIL across his toes.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, I don't have the money for that. And I was like, at the point you will do that, I will pay for it.
Oh my god, that's funny. He doesn't have the money to do a lot, and the thing is that's not anybody else's fault except for his.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
No, man, he ain't gonna get moved.
Alright, so you about ready to start this thing?
Yeah. He ain't gonna get moved in time. Whose phone is this? This yours?
Yeah, that's mine.
Ringtone's up.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn on silent right here. Alright, 3 minutes is a lie. Let's just go ahead and start. What's going on, guys? We're gonna refresh the chat. See if I can get into the chat. Sign into chat. Opening web browser. There we go. So how's everybody doing today? Why are you on track instead of TikTok? Honestly, because YouTube pays better. So valid, yeah. All right, so we have Taylor here, Mr. GuardRail himself. How are you doing, sir?
Strong language.
Yeah, strong language.
Strong language. It's almost there.
Oh my God. All right, so let me get this out of here to where we can see. Taylor, go ahead and say something to let everybody know if, that way they can let us know if they can hear you all right, because you are going to have to speak up a little bit.
Can everybody hear me okay?
There we go. LOE says, I've been obsessed with your videos, dude, you rock. Thank you, I super appreciate that. All right, so, long story, recent story, we've managed to piss off a realtor.
Oh, God. Which one?
Well, I mean, obviously we can't say her name, you know. But in any event, we went out to do a septic inspection. Mm-hmm. Specifically, Chad went out to do a septic inspection. And he digs up the tank, and he takes his hook, and he hooks it on the little eyelet that's on the lid. And he goes to pull up the lid, and the entire lid just crumbles. It absolutely just crumbles. And he's left holding the hook, okay, with like the little handle that was a septic tank lid, and all the rest of the pieces fall into the tank. Now inside the tank is a baffle wall. The baffle wall of this tank is already collapsed. So it's laying in the bottom of the tank. And when all the pieces of this lid fall on the baffle lid that are on the baffle wall, it breaks the baffle wall. The realtor, who was not there, didn't see it happen, has assumed that we broke it,
yeah,
and that we have to replace the tank.
No.
Okay? So, of course, we go out there, okay, and I take a look at the concrete. You can take the concrete and put your hand right through. The chat's right here, bud. It's just as fast.
I didn't read it.
Oh, okay. So, you can literally take the concrete and just crumble it up like it was styrofoam, okay? Just, what the hell?
Would you like to explain why that happens?
It happens because the tank is so damn old it needs to be replaced. Bear in mind, the baffle wall fell down because it was so old it needs to be replaced. The roots have grown through the concrete of the tank. So, it's going to be bad. In any event, the real estate agent goes and tells her clients that we broke it, and we should have to pay for it. Yeah, no. Not whenever I can put my hand through your tank with a little bit of effort. Like, listen, I am not Thor. I should not be able to put my hand through a concrete septic tank.
So you're getting there.
I mean, yeah, I'm working really hard on it, so.
Oh, just because somebody popped in the comments and says that Taylor, somebody called me Tyler, but Taylor should have to drive the shittiest truck.
You know what? I think it would be a great idea to put you in the blue van.
No.
For like a week.
No. But no, y'all say put me in the shittiest truck. Y'all fail to realize I drive my own truck.
And it is the shittiest truck. Oh my God. Matt Merritt says, you and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. Why does that make me laugh every time I see it? Oh my God. Mr. Cat says, how long will a concrete septic tank last? You know, probably anywhere from like 50 to 100 years.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the concrete. Listen, I just learned from a geologist
Depends on the person.
that different concrete in different areas has different properties and has different strength. For instance, if you get concrete out from somewhere that has limestone, that shit's lasting forever. So,
Someone said
Z Hoverboard says get him a bicycle.
no.
Okay, so
Motorcycle.
Listen. You have not gotten to speak sort of publicly about what happened with the truck wreck, okay? And all they've heard is my side of the story.
You talking shit.
My fucking anger and ire and wrath, okay? So I just want to like give you the opportunity to explain what was happening, what was going through your mind, why you thought that was okay, and then most importantly, that phone call you had to make.
I didn't have to make it. So what happened with the truck is that I am one of these people that I'm very bad, and I know that a lot of other people have this problem, where if there's not something going on to kind of keep my mind active, then I'll look out the windshield, but I'm not actually driving. Or I'm not actually like looking at the road.
You're not paying attention.
I'm not paying attention.
Okay.
So I have to have something going to keep my mind active. Well, for whatever reason, I decided to just pick my phone up and start playing something.
Worst excuse ever.
Shut up.
Okay.
Picked up my phone, was watching it, 110%. Second I felt the truck go out of the road, I tried to, whip it back over, get it out of it.
Wait. You whipped a truck pulling a 22-foot trailer with a 9,000-pound traco on it. You whipped it back into the road.
I attempted to.
Whip it good.
Well, you gotta think about it. Whenever you hit that shit and everything in your body's like, fuck, get out of it.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what happened. Is I was like, fuck, get out of it. So I went to go get out of it, slung the truck over, trying to get out of this, headed toward the bridge, and I felt the trailer come behind me and hit a ditch. And once I felt the two tires hit that ditch, I knew there wasn't no pulling it back out, and I just had to make as little damage as I could to that truck.
Oh my god.
And it slugged me into the guardrail and tore it all to shit. Despite my best efforts to not happen.
He says squirrel moment, laugh out loud.
Fact, yeah.
Sect says he got in a car accident. He's at the hospital right now waiting to see a doctor. That sucks, dude.
Oh, the guy. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, he got in the car. Okay.
Chase Brenson says we should make you ride the bus. All right, so
What the fuck is the bus?
at some point you had to pick up the phone and call.
Oh yeah. So after all of this happened, after I made sure I'm okay, after I made sure Jesse, who was riding with me, make sure he was okay.
By the way, Jesse has PTSD riding with Taylor,
He does.
and now if they hit the rumble strip,
He jumps.
he fucking comes unglued. It is the funniest shit to watch on the dash
Absolutely.
cam because they will hit the slightest fucking bump if Jesse's in the in the truck with him, and Jesse will come up out of the fucking chair like, oh shit, what is that? And this is 3 months after the fact, and Jesse is still PTSD'd out.
Yeah. But anyway, make sure Jesse's okay, and then I'm just sitting on the side of the road, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta call him.
Christopher Pang says, I'm driving home from work and almost missed my exit watching this. Do you learn nothing from us, sir? Nothing.
You missed the first part of this?
Oh my
Don't
God.
do that. But
Crystal Lane says, hi from the Clock app. Welcome from the Clock app. We're glad you're here.
so, but anyway, I tried to get a hold of James. He didn't answer.
Because I was on a date. I was literally on it. As a matter of fact, it was a first date. Okay? On a first date at the movie. Thank you, Taylor. I didn't get to see the movie.
What was the movie? You never did tell me.
Fuck if I know. Okay? Because listen, I left her at the theater. Okay? Find your own way home. I have to go.
Is it who I think it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so James decides to call me after I've already called the office and told him what happened. And
By
I'm
the
like,
office, you mean my wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tall
all right.
Heather.
Yeah.
Not the other one. I had to choose between the two evils.
Oh my God. Well, I noticed you didn't choose Little Heather.
That's exactly why I said I'd choose between two evils.
For those of you that don't know, Little Heather stands what, 4'8", okay?
Yeah, roughly.
And nobody in this company wants to have a meeting with her. She will make grown men cry. I have watched her walk into meetings with grown-ass men that have spent decades in prison, and they will come out crying and saying they are so sorry, they will never do that again. I don't know what happens behind closed doors, but she is a demon among people that fuck up at this company. Go ahead.
So anyway, chose to listen to me. It was called Tall Heather. Told her what happened. So James calls me. I didn't answer. So then I made Jesse, who was riding with me, because honestly afterwards I couldn't even stand up. So
yeah,
I could barely speak. So I ended up, Jesse called James, told him all what happened. And we sat on the side of the road for, God, hour and a half, 2 hours.
It took an hour and a half to get there.
Hour and a half, 2 hours.
And I was not going slow.
No. I watched him pass.
Well, the local state trooper was busy with your accident, so speeding didn't matter.
No, they were actually busy with an accident that was up the road.
Oh my God.
Because a lady dropped her car in the ditch and the motor fell out.
All right, so hold on. Fewest Bark 970 Gaming says, thought you were married.
Me?
No, me. Because I said I was on a first date.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, y'all are really need to catch up.
Somebody's new here.
There's a couple of them in here.
Brian Katz says 2 wives and a first date. Yes, that is correct.
Somebody said Little Heather is my spirit animal.
There you go.
I like that.
Okay, so listen, when I showed up at the wreck, I saw you sitting on the trailer of the Traco.
Yep.
Looked like you were almost ready to dry heave.
Yep.
Like,
it was bad.
Yeah.
The once the adrenaline wore off, my body definitely started to feel the repercussions of like all the jerking motions, and
being smacked in the face with airbags throughout the vehicle.
Oh yeah, like y'all don't. I don't know if it's really shown in the video much, but when that truck hit and those side airbags went off, they knocked me far left.
Oh my God!
They hit hard.
Okay, so Brackland says, "What was your punishment for the wreck?"
So originally, before the wreck, I was the supervisor over repairs, doing stuff in the office, all kinds of other stuff. And James called me into his office with him and Little Heather and Chad, who was one of the other supervisors, started when I did. And basically looked at me, and I got a real good ass chewing.
I don't often yell, but whenever I do, it's
at me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, absolutely.
But so basically, he asked me what I thought it should happen, and I just told him, if it were my company, I'd be fired. So fire me. He did not choose that option. He told me that the alternate option was.
Brack says, "How long did he cuss you out?" That was a long time.
I was here for about an hour and a half.
That was a long time.
And the first half hour to 45 minutes was just him screaming at me. But was basically given the alternative because he didn't want to fire me because he's a good boss.
No, because I've invested so much fucking time, money, and effort into your goddamn ass that letting you go would put you to work for the competition, which is the dumbest shit in the world.
You couldn't let me just paint the picture that you're a good person. You had to be like, no, it's money, you dick.
Yeah, it's money, you dick. No.
But
I'm also a nice guy.
He is.
Okay.
For those of you who sometimes are in the comments, like,
but
he's really not a good guy. No, he is.
Please do not confuse me with a good guy. I am a nice person, not a good guy. There's a difference.
Very much so.
Okay.
I don't think any of us are good guys.
No, none of us are intrinsically good.
No. But anyway, I chose the latter. I chose the second option because he said he didn't want to fire me, which was I took a large pay cut.
You took a $5 an hour pay cut. Or 20%.
20%. I took a 20% pay decrease, and was sent back to being an inspector.
Yes, which you were not sent back to being a laborer.
Nope.
You did get to keep your inspector title.
Yep.
So there is that, And
I have actively been trying since the wreck to get back to where I was.
Now Jason Cook says janitor, doorman.
Nah, I'm good.
Alrighty, so. Chris Lamb says you should deep clean all the trucks with a toothbrush.
I already have to deep clean all the trucks. The fuck?
Sage Thornburn says, can James explain why he was on a first date? He's married.
Can we just
the world is not
go
a simplistic thing.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's your answer.
Pretty much. The world is not simple.
Go to
yeah,
TikTok.
There's actually two wives and someone that is auditioning, I guess.
Somebody said you should have made him open all of the glitter bombs
Oh my gosh. So
as a Percy bomb dog.
Ryan the Sunbreaker says good exterior unless provoked. And see, that's the thing. Like I am
That's how I describe
absolutely
it.
nice to everybody, but when somebody is disrespectful
Push the
to me,
envelope.
I will take that disrespect, multiply it, and send it right back at them. Oh my God! Iffy Sphere says make him shave his beard.
No.
What beard?
Angel
What he got?
Angel says James, are you polygamous, not polyamorous? Polygamous. There's a difference. So, Snow Messy Can just joins Let's Talk Stories, which is basically this. Thank you very much. I super appreciate it.
Somebody said Taylor looks high all the time. It's because we do this at 9 o'clock after I get off work. I'm tired.
Oh, that's very true. So.
Somebody said sis wife. I don't know what that means. Like sister wives? Oh, sister wives.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my goodness. So, Edward D says, how do you keep employees during a slow season if they're doing good but can't afford them? You don't. You do not keep employees if the business slows down.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We just had this conversation.
Yeah.
We actually just had this conversation, and I mean, basically, you find the employee that has broken the most rules, is doing the most, and is the weakest link in the company, and you let that one go.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah. So Lee says, what's going on with the realtor? Basically, the realtor has advised her client, and by the way, you may have to go back and watch because we covered this at the beginning of the live, but the realtor has 1,000% advised her clients to retain a lawyer and sue us. But here's the thing. And this is why I'm not worried about this at all. Number one, we have great attorneys. Number two, this tank needed to be replaced before we ever touched it. And number three, as state licensed septic inspectors, we are required by administrative code to probe sections of the tank to establish if they are deteriorated. Which means, had we probed that baffle wall, it would have just collapsed. It would have broken anyway. We're not on the hook for that. That's not something they can come after us for. So they have a shitty tank. We have it on video. Like, we have fucking 4K video showing how bad this tank is.
Yeah.
Everybody has a shitty tank.
Well,
Valid.
a severely deteriorated tank.
The rainbow unicorn Charles is a joke for the
So,
day. Because you'll never see him.
and then
I do love that somebody hopped on there and was like, he has gone over this. Go to TikTok. That's my favorite comment so far. Somebody coming to defend.
the problem is guys, I've got 2,100 TikTok videos currently posted, and
Really, that is.
it's really hard to find stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks. So,
Nice driving. Thanks. Wait, me or the guy who got... me or the guy who
Eloisa
walked
says
the
you
phone
are the weakest link.
Goodbye. Yep.
That's awesome. Not a Raccoon says, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? And that's going to depend on the type of swallow, because there are two swallows, and you know,
Western swallow, isn't it?
European and African, I believe.
yeah,
European and African
we do need to know if it is the African swallow or the European swallow. Now, I've got a joke for you. I'm gonna hit you up with this, Taylor.
Okay.
What is the bird of freedom?
Eagle.
The eagle. Okay. All right. What is the bird of peace?
The dove.
The dove. Okay. What is the bird of true love?
The swallow.
The swallow. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my
I was
goodness.
trying to see if there's... I was like, is there a bird named the gargle?
Does a bird gargle? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. Eminem would just call it fluoride rinse. So I think he
Ooh.
did in a song. So at James Butler, you're not going to fire that guy, are you? Talking about this guy?
No, I'm still here.
Spawn 420, we're talking about this guy. Listen, this wreck was 3 months ago, okay?
Yeah.
In any event, so
my good
basically we have completely pissed off this realtor, and I think that relationship is beyond repair. But the thing is you can't talk to her. Like I was trying to talk to her on the phone. I was like, look, this is what happened, and she was like, very simply, it was fine whenever you arrived, and it was broke when you left, so it's your responsibility. And I looked at her and I was like, listen, if you walked into a house to show a house, and you walked up to the kitchen cabinet and you pulled the kitchen cabinet off, or pulled the door open, and the door fell off in your hand, the cabinet fell off the wall, is that your fault, or was it already screwed up when you got there? And she was like, well, I don't know. I didn't examine the cabinet and see it function before I opened it, so I can't answer that question. I'm like, you are being obtuse, like purposefully obtuse.
You're just wanting to argue.
Yes. And then the other thing was I was like, you know what? We are required to do this by law. Like, we are required to probe things that are deteriorated. And she was like, you are not. And I was like, ma'am, you're only going to call me a liar so many times in this phone call before the phone call's over. So, seriously, like, you have to stand up for yourself and not let people just blatantly disrespect you. So,
but the other side is, we can come behind our asses and cover them because we know that we did all of the proper steps prior.
And this is the great thing.
If you don't, then you can't cover yourself.
We take pictures and record every step of our inspection, not because I want to see those fucking pictures. No, it is to protect the employees.
Yep.
So,
and they have saved us several times.
Z Hoverboard said, what happened to the employee on the last live? Now, we're not going to name any names, okay? But the last live I did about trust and finding drug paraphernalia down there and moving in his cat, moving in his girlfriend and everything else like that. That employee is no longer with us.
Nope.
Because, listen, you're not going to lie to me and get me to keep you as an employee.
No.
Do we want to tell the story of the car accident that just happened?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. So, I was just in a car accident. Now, I am a very safe driver. I've been in very few accidents, and I drive a shit ton of miles, okay? And I typically operate large vehicles, pulling trailers and tractors. So I am typically pretty cautious, careful, but I'm driving down the road, and I'm passing a stopped turn lane. All the cars are stopped in this lane, and I've got a green light ready to go. And this lady, as I drive past her, she pulls out. So after my front wheel goes past her at an easy 30, 40 miles an hour, she manages to go underneath my truck between the wheels. So just like side swiping, but over. And she's in this little Mini Cooper. Apparently that jacked up lifted F-350 did not give a fuck, because those tires went right up and over her Mini Cooper and fucking exploded the front end of her car.
You see why we don't keep cars stock?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my God. In any event, it destroyed the front of this lady's car. Now she's mad, and she's from Charlotte. She's a city girl, okay? And she's a typical like city loudmouth, talk over you kind of person. Like very, very annoying, okay? And I'm sorry, I just saw this super chat from Tyler Vogel. Said, so you killed the employee? Because I said he's no longer with us. No, he's no longer with the company. We let him go. We did, however, let him live. Barely.
Kinda.
He has escaped with his life. No, so I hit this Mini Cooper that drove underneath me, okay? And it exploded her front end. And then she bounced off of my truck and into a large like SUV, think like Cadillac Escalade. The problem was that Cadillac Escalade belonged to a senior police officer with the local police department. His wife was driving it. So she hit a cop's wife's car. And then, this is the best part, freaking tried to say that her hitting that car wasn't her fault. okay? Because she bounced off me.
The cars just do that.
Best stuff out there. The officer that is investigating the accident, very nice guy, very professional, okay? Walks up and says, "Ma'am, why did you turn into oncoming traffic?" And she goes, "Well, you know these cars, they gonna do what they gonna do." No, that is not the way that works. That is absolutely not the way that works. The car is going to do what you tell it to do in any event.
Unless your car has a massive mechanical failure, it will not just take off without your foot pushing it.
Right.
I promise.
The car just turned.
Yeah.
It's like when you're talking to a child and you're like, "Who broke the vase?" And they're like, "It broke itself." And you're like, that is not how that works. No. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Eric with the $5 super chat. Says, "Love your stuff. I'm a psych nurse. Nice to see you helping people in need. What happened to the guy with the dirty ass truck?" We did not fire him.
Nope.
No. He is, would you argue, okay, so you two started at the same time.
Yep.
Basically. Mm-hmm. You were hired, what, 2 weeks before he was?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say he is the best technician that we have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to fire my best technician over a dirty truck. Although I was freaking mad, furious, I would say. T-Cub.
I appreciate that, T-Cub.
T-Cub says $19.99 to help offset the cost from missing a first date. That is awesome. By the way, the first date was not with Taylor. It was with a girl. But thank you, T-Cub.
We already had ours a long time ago. I do love, like, it's like he's paying for, I thought he was paying for, like, some YouTube subscription. I was like, what's happening?
So, Dialysis Tunes Buford says, "I watched a couple of your OSHA and MSHAs. You need to find an OSHA or Oregon guy. The inspector shut them down because the guy was 25 feet down with no shoring. The company posted it. OSHA revisited." That's
nice.
Funny. Listen. This
don't make them mad.
This is the way that it typically works, okay? Is if somebody has to get into a ditch that's going to be too deep, it's going to be me. That's just it. Now, have we been in some 4-foot 11.5-inch deep ditches?
Oh yeah, we've been pushing it.
Yeah,
we pushed the rule a couple of times,
but we're not going to go beyond it. No. And this is the other thing. Somebody jumped in the comments on one of my videos, and they're like, "You dug your ditch wrong. You're supposed to dig all ditches 1-to-1, like out like a V." Yeah. And I'm like, we do not have to dig ditches like that until it goes over a certain amount. And this is what we do. If we need a ditch that's this wide, because we have to work in the middle of the ditch, okay? And let's say that it's approaching 7 feet, okay? We will dig that ditch wide, okay? So wide that if it collapsed, it wouldn't even reach us, okay? We will over dig the shit out of that ditch so that the ditch is wider than it is tall. And even then, if we're uncomfortable with it, we'll still pull out dirt on the side. And listen, any employee can look at us and be like, "No, I'm not getting in that ditch."
Yeah, like we're not going to make them go in it. Like it's not
absolutely not.
The difference is that some people here have worked different professions where getting in ditches like that were required, and other people haven't. So the people that have been there, they get in them because they're comfortable.
So funniest comment so far is Spawny420 with the $4.20 super chat. And he says, "I didn't break the vase. I turned it into a..." Oh my God.
Why did you do that to Grandma?
That was Grandma's favorite vase. Like, what is wrong with you, sir?
Grandma was in the vase.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my. Well, it is now her favorite vase. Yeah. She freaking lives it. Did you smoke Grandma?
Yeah, she's high. 10 out of 10.
Oh God. Oh
That's
my God.
That's the best comment so far. I love that.
Yeah. Jesus.
Ooh, I got a good one.
All right, what's up?
How do you deal with customers?
Okay.
When I know.
In camera.
Sorry, I know several scenarios that I've been with you on these. Where the customer is right, maybe not even the customer, but a person, whether it be realtor, customer, homeowner, whoever, is directly in front of you and is just blatantly, just yelling and disrespectful to your face.
Well, I mean, usually I'm just going to walk off the job site. And we have a hand signal for this. And for those of you that don't know, if I'm at a job site, the employees are not allowed to like get angry with people. They have to maintain their cool, but they're not required to sit there and take it. They can leave and go to their truck. They are not required to stay in front of an angry customer. Screw that customer, right? But if I walk onto a job site because they've called me and they're like, hey, this customer is disrespectful, whatever. First off, we really don't do things to make people angry. No. But if I walk onto a job site and they are blatantly disrespectful to me, I'll just do this. And everybody in the company knows exactly what that means, which is pack up your shit, we're out of here. And usually what I'll do is I'll just look at the customer and I'll be like, good luck with your issues.
Yep.
And we'll just leave. Now, a couple of times, now, customers have overstepped their bounds. They have exited the realm of polite. Okay. Now I am not an intimidating guy. I am 5'8". As of this morning, I'm 133 pounds. Okay. I'm built like a 9-year-old girl. I'm not scary. Okay. It's probably why I can collect girlfriends is because I'm not intimidated.
Not intimidated a bit. He's not hurting me. It's fine.
So, in any event, one customer got up in my face with you there.
Yes.
Okay? And
I remember this vividly.
I did not back down from that guy at all. As a matter of fact, I kind of pushed him back. Not physically, but okay, you want to get in my face? Listen, I am very familiar with United States Marine Corps drill instructors. I will get that fucking close to your face. You're going to taste my words, okay? Mm-hmm. He did not like that.
No. And granted, I'll give it to him. He still pushed further.
He did.
And one of the great things about being here is there's a set rule. If any of us lose it or get too hot, any of us can say, okay, let's go to the truck. And needless to say, I had to kind of jump in and be like, hey, James.
Let's go to the truck
for a second.
Let's go to the truck. Yeah.
But, and why, the reason that it got to this point, the reason James got so angry is because he was talking bad about another employee that works here. He was going for the jugular coming out.
He was trying to get the employee fired.
Yes, basically.
And actually the employee was Jesse, okay? Which for those of you that don't know, Jesse is from the hood, okay?
Yeah, just don't do shit.
Don't fuck with Jesse. Jesse will hit you in a minute. It doesn't matter if you're his best friend. If you say some dumb shit to Jesse, Jesse's gonna knock you the out, okay? And Jesse, with this customer yelling at Jesse, Jesse just clenched his fist, maintained his cool, walked to the truck because he wanted to keep his job.
Yep.
Okay?
And sometimes, don't get me wrong, it's hard.
But, oh man, this guy came for Jesse's job, wanted Jesse fired. And listen, you're not going to talk shit about my people in front of me. It's not going to fucking happen. And so, yeah, we did get in front of his face a little bit. Yeah. And he accused Jesse of lying.
Yep.
So when we went back to the trucks, we had the office pull Samsara. For those of you that don't know, we have a dash cam program provided by a service called Samsara. Everything that happens inside the truck and outside the truck is recorded by Samsara and put on the Amazon cloud to be accessed forever, okay? And we were able to prove that Jesse did exactly what he was supposed to do.
I'm sorry. He pointed this out to me. Window Internet Explorer said, are we talking Southern Hood or like Chicago Hood?
We're talking Southern Hood. Like, man. Jesse, and he's little.
Yeah.
Jesse is a tiny, tiny guy, but he will.
He's not short. He's skinny.
He does not care if you're 7'2". He will climb that ladder, conquer that mountain, and whoop your ass.
And poor Jesse, he just always seems to be on the receiving end because, now granted, if you are been in the company and James has trained you on how to speak with people, then you can take these calls sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember, and poor Jesse got on another one where I had to show up.
Oh my God.
And again, he was coming after Jesse's job. The man was upset because we kept telling him sidewalk had to be tore up, and he kept saying, no, it doesn't, and just got angry. And got to the point that he got in Jesse's face, took another guy with me, Chris, got in Chris's face. He was very, adamant. And it was finally got to the point that I had to get involved, and I was just like, look, we're done. We're gonna bury the hole, and we're gonna leave. And he told us that we had to leave dirt out of the hole, and I said, nope. State says we have to bury it back. He's like, well, why? And I said primary, secondary containment. Why sign papers to say I don't have to bury it? Like,
No.
okay, my tarps are still under there. Why buy you new tarps? Well, you can't. Why? Because those are my tarps. I like them tarps. Which I may have pushed the envelope.
He
a little bit.
literally
Pissed
told
me
the
off a little
guy, those are my tarps. I like them damn
Yep.
tarps. Okay? Like, what the hell?
bit. And guess what? No matter what anybody ever says, at the end of the day, I got my tarps back and the dirt went back in the hole.
That's very true. So we were talking about Jesse and we said he was hood, and Shag Nasty 100 says, but runs from dogs. No, that's a different employee. Jesse
Khalil.
Khalil is the one that ran from the dogs. Jesse will not run from a dog. Jesse will stand his ground and
Fight the dog.
fight the dog and then make the dog his friend.
Yes.
And then take the dog home with him.
Most likely.
Okay, so.
Most likely. We love Jesse though.
Oh, man. But, Jesse's a.
He's always on the receiving end of it.
Oh
too.
my God!
I feel
And
so bad for
listen,
him.
Jesse's first day on the job, I was like, no, this kid is not gonna make. He was so skinny. It was like a poster for a third world country. Like, feed me, I'm starving.
Yeah.
89 cents a day could feed a starving septic worker. His first day on the job, he tried to work a shovel, and it was so pathetic.
It was bad.
Like, I kept him for the whole day, but I was just like, there's no way that this guy's gonna make it. And so I gave him to you.
Yep.
And I was like, listen, he's got a really great attitude. Jesse has a great attitude. I think he's got potential, but he's just
We
too
gotta beef him up
small.
a little bit.
Like, what the hell? And so
Cornbread fed.
you took him out.
Yeah.
And fed him.
Yeah.
Okay.
For like a week straight.
Yeah. Because seriously, I don't think he had the money to eat.
I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
I think he was skinny because he didn't eat. I think he was that broke.
I'm not sure. And Jesse, if you're watching this, we're not talking shit. We love you, and this is a triumphant story. Then you should be very proud of this.
Now, after you had Jesse on your truck for about a week, feeding him every day, teaching him how to dig, I showed up at a job site. Jesse was a fucking beast.
He's a digging fool.
Oh my God. And okay, we've got to tell the story about pay Jesse and cheeseburgers. No.
Put him in his pocket.
No, you listen. This is why I think Jesse didn't have any food, because if Jesse, like, I pay for meals for people. So if you're working on my truck, I'm buying the food. If I show up at the job, I'm buying lunch after. Like, that's just how I was raised. Like, I'm Southern, okay? So we would go to a job site, and Jesse, we would take everybody to lunch. We go to like Burger King, right? And Jesse would be like, can I have the 2 Whoppers for $5? I'd be like, man, get whatever you want, right? So Jesse would take 1 Whopper and eat it. And then he would take the other Whopper and put it in his pocket. And that would end up in the glove box. And a day or two later, he would eat that Whopper and then wonder why he's sick.
Yep.
Like, there was
sick a lot.
There was like a month there where he was sick like all the time. But
and for those of you who wonder why we don't get sick, this is why. We're exposed to so much bad shit. We just don't get sick.
Yeah. So, but Jesse got so sick, I'm pretty sure he was shitting blood. Like,
yeah,
that
did happen.
Yeah, that's what happens when you eat 3-day-old food from a fast food place that's been stored in your glove box in the middle of summer. You're gonna get sick. I don't care who you are. But so Jesse works here for quite a while. He's probably here about 6 months. Starts putting on some muscle. Okay. And looks a little better. Looks healthy, okay? And he comes in one day, and he's like, man, I got stung by something on my arm. It's I got a knot here, and it's really sore. And he's like, man. We're like, oh, well, did you get stung by a bee or something? He's like, nah, I got this knot on my arm. It's really sore. He comes in the next day. He's like, and he twists his arm again. He's like, man, this knot's still here, and it's really sore. And at that point, I like look over, because now it has my attention. And I'm like, Jesse, you didn't get bit by something. That's your tricep. You're finally getting muscles. Yeah. And he was like, oh shit, really?
It was great. Good stuff.
He was so skinny when he got his tricep, he didn't realize it was a muscle.
Oh my God, is Jesse in here?
I hope so.
No, it's a guy called Making Memories. He says, my name is also Jesse, and I am 6 foot tall and 130 pounds.
Holy shit.
So is our Jesse.
Yeah.
He's like 5 pounds heavier than you.
Not a raccoon says, dude, glove box burgers are the best. No.
secret sauce.
No. Tony Lewis with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. I super appreciate it. Jason Cook says Jesse's the one who turns off the breaker box, right? Powers off, right? Yes.
Yeah.
That is Jesse.
Yeah.
That is the video from Jesse. So, man.
That was good stuff.
You know, life is interesting, and I love being a blue collar worker.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask anybody at the company. If I have to come in to the office and work at my desk, I become very, very grumpy.
Yeah. Some of us who are in different positions, the higher ones, I guess. Mm-hmm. We will make excuses. It's because we know he's been in the office all day. We're like, hey James, this is broken. You need to come out.
Oh yeah, and listen,
Be totally fine.
when I've been in the office for 6-8 hours, it's the best thing in the world whenever I get the phone call and they're like, James, this is broken. We need you to come look at it. And I know damn good and well it's not broken, but you know what? I am running the fuck out of the office. So.
And sometimes stuff really does break, so the office can't catch us whenever we say something broken.
But yeah, Jesse is a great employee.
Oh, absolutely.
And
He is the triumphant story. He's a spectacular employee. Works his ass off. He's just as skilled as anybody else here. He does fantastic work. He's got moved to repairs. He's a Traco operator. He's doing great, and truly looking from the beginning to now.
And
he's doing fantastic.
And I think Jesse has forgotten this, but he's up for a pay raise on Monday.
Well, he ain't forgotten now.
Well, I mean, I doubt Jesse's in here, okay? But he's up for a pay raise on Monday. So what we have to do is we have to look at his attendance record, because he and I made a deal. 30 days, no lates, without a really good excuse, and he gets a pay raise. And I think it's a $2 pay raise.
He's done it? Oh my God.
I'm
so proud of him.
I don't know. We've got to look at those records, but. James, tell the story of the trailer park baby daddy. You know what? I've already told that story. Like,
What story is this?
It's Zach with getting shot.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That was wild.
We've already told that one. So, worst employee story. Ooh, who is that? Is that face tattoo? Don't say the name. Is that face tattoo, or is that your friend that we hired? Or is it back to the Mercedes into the mailbox employee?
Damn it.
Like, which horrible employee story are we going to tell?
I think the horrible employee is probably the Mercedes, only because he made us probably look the worst on a job. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, so I'm going to go take a bathroom break. You tell this story.
Okay.
There's also the one who up and disappeared with all of the kits for the water testing lab, and nobody knew where he was or could find him for 3 days, and he showed up like nothing was wrong.
Which guy was that?
That was at Broadway.
Are you talking about Orange Beard guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I think drugs were involved in that. Like, heavy drugs. Okay.
I think most of these drugs are involved.
Go ahead and tell this
I'll tell
story.
the story.
All right. I'll be back.
All right. So anyway, the employee with the Mercedes. We call him this because he got a girlfriend. He had no car. He had nowhere to live. He lived on property. Per James letting him. And we call him Mercedes because he got a girlfriend. She brought a brand new Mercedes. And within being in it for 5 minutes, backed into a mailbox and flattened both of her back tires. So, we call him Mercedes. But needless to say, we were out on a job. I was there. Mercedes was there. James was there doing the whale with another employee. And we stayed on the job. Homeowner standing there watching us. And we're talking about burying a tank bag. It's 3 feet. And I've got a report to fill out. So I told him, I said, you bury it back and I'll fill out the report. He said, well, you really going to make me bury this by myself? So I started giving him a hard time and was like, well, fine then. If you're going to be a big old baby about it, then I'll help you bury it back. So he starts getting a little aggravated with me. And he starts to like push on me. Just like, go fill out your report, go fill out your report, go fill out your report. Nothing terrible. And then as I'm standing beside this 3-foot hole that's open with a 5-foot deep septic tank, he just comes up on me and just almost shoves me into the hole and goes, just go do the fucking report. Homeowner standing there watching
Oh
us.
my God.
I watched James turn around. A vein climbed his neck and went to his eyeball. And I thought one of his eyes was going to pop out. And he turned about 8 shades of red that I didn't know existed. And I just stuck my hand out. And I was like, don't do it. Not in front of the customer. Just wait. But my God, when we got back to the office, you could feel the doors outside
And listen,
rattling.
Mr. Mercedes was not a little dude either.
No.
Oh my God. I was
No.
about to climb his freaking chain. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about that one. So
Which one were you thinking of?
I was thinking about we tried to train him for 3 months.
Yes.
Okay. And we have a simple thing. When you're gonna dig a hole, you take a tarp, you put it on the ground, and you put your dirt on the tarp. It's not difficult. It's really simple.
Mm-hmm.
You shovel it with a shovel, and it goes onto the tarp. He could not get the dirt on an 8x8 tarp, 8 foot by 8 foot, right next to the hole.
Or it'd be on the entire tarp.
All of the dirt was equally distributed all the way around the hole.
Yep.
Because he was digging over his shoulder, and we couldn't stop him.
No.
No matter how many times we told him. Oh my God.
And then wants to ask if he can be an inspector. My friend, we haven't even got to you to digging the hole correctly.
Sir, you've got to learn how to dig a hole in the earth before you can tell me what's wrong with what's in the earth.
Oh, hello from Germany. That's cool.
Let's see. Sean Sage says, what's the pay for a plumber with 22 years experience down here?
Damn.
Listen.
Here?
If you are a licensed plumber, show up at my door. I'll make it worth your while.
I can go ahead and tell you.
But you've got to be licensed in North Carolina.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and tell you that most of your licensed plumber that work in this area, unless they are self-employed, from what I know and what I've seen in the industries I've been in, they do not make much. They don't make as much as they should be.
So there's actually 2 categories of plumbers locally, okay?
Yep.
You've got the guys that are not licensed plumbers and are working under somebody else's license.
Yep.
And they're doing that for 15, 18, 20, 22, 30, 36, maybe $40 an hour, okay? And then you've got the guys that are licensed, and they are
setting their price.
they are setting their own price. So if they're working for a company, they're, $60, $80 an hour. And then you've got the guys that are paid on commission, and if they're not making $100,000 a year, they're doing something wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So
Plumbers are in high demand out here.
absolutely. Plumbers, I would say we need welders and plumbers in this geographic region.
Oh, yeah.
And electricians more than anything else.
Absolutely.
So, Catherine Bay says hello from Georgia. How are you
Hey.
doing with a Georgia peach? You know what? It is like
I can never look at it.
Georgia did a great marketing job.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, making the Georgia peach synonymous with like a good-looking ass.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Here's how it backfired for them. Georgia women are marrying out of state. People
Yeah.
are coming to Georgia, picking up the Georgian women and taking them to states where the income is higher.
Yeah. Also, only about 5% of them look like that.
They're losing money. No. Once you get outside of the city and go into the country,
Oh, yeah.
the Georgia peach is a thing.
Absolutely.
I don't know what's going on with it.
Absolutely, it's good, man.
Tyler Vogel said, with the $5 super chat, says, man, I really want to come to work for you, but I have zero septic experience and I live in Colorado. Sigh, and I love the company I work for currently. Listen, Tyler, keep your current job.
Absolutely.
Right now, business in North Carolina, especially in the inspection business, is slowing down. I was talking to another company, actually a competitor, but also like a mentor to me. He mentors me, and if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be in business.
Oh, God, yeah, I know.
We owe him everything, okay?
Absolutely.
And I called him up and I was like, hey man, how's business? And he said, listen, I'm used to getting 10 to 15 phone calls a day, and my phone slowed down to 2 or 3. So
Yeah.
we are seeing a significant slowdown, and I'm actually curious if it's the industry as a whole.
I believe it is.
So
I believe the housing market is taking a turn. The other thing also with saying you have zero septic experience, keep in mind whenever I started working for James, I was a 3-year electrician's apprentice.
And walked away from it.
And walked away from it completely to work for him because I liked him more than where I was at. But 3 years, not a bit of septic experience.
Yeah.
To go into a profession, you really don't need experience.
Or to go into a trade.
Go into a trade, you don't need experience.
Yeah.
You just need to show them that you have the willingness to learn and the drive to be better than, everybody else.
And that's the thing. If you don't have the drive to be better than every other person that works in this industry, in this area, I don't care if you are better or not. I care that you want to be better and are putting forth the effort. But if you don't want to be better than everybody else, don't come to work here.
No.
You're not going to fit in with the culture. The culture here is very, very simple. We are here to try our best every day to be the best.
Yeah. And it's even when we're on, the best part is like if we get stuck on jobs together, especially me and Jesse. It's a competition. Who's going to get the tank first?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the mentality that everybody here has. It's not only just with Jesse. It's with all the other employees. And it's, if you don't beat me on this one, you better beat me on the next one.
Oh, yeah. There is a high degree of competition here. Spawny420 says, I have one leg and smoke a ton of pot. Can I have a job? Interestingly enough, I have one leg too. I also have another one, but I do have one leg.
I have one too.
And I do not smoke a ton of pot. As a matter of fact, I don't smoke pot.
Me either, for those of you who keep saying I look high.
But listen, unfortunately, we're probably going to have a drug policy because being lax about the drug policy has hurt us a lot.
Yep. Also, don't abuse it. If you go to a company where they're a little bit more lax on it,
don't abuse
but there's a set amount of rules. Don't abuse those rules to try and fudge your way around it.
Absolutely
You
not.
will be caught. I promise.
You got to do the right thing.
Yeah. Be honest from the get-go, and life will be smooth sailing.
And it's one of those things that I give everybody a choice. I'm not going to not hire somebody because of drug use. I'm going to give them the choice. You're done. Especially if you want to be a driver that's has to follow DOT rules. You don't that's not even my choice. You have to not be on drugs. So,
because the repercussions for if you were caught while on drugs affects everybody.
So, the car wash channel of Northern PA was in my live last time whenever we were talking about the gentleman in the trust issue. And he says, "Hope you're well, sir. I took your advice from last chat," which we had a little conversation about his business. And I'm so thrilled to see him in this chat saying that he took the advice.
Spectacular. Glad things went well. I didn't pay attention to the last chat.
Jason Cook says he has to bail. Love you. You guys have a wonderful night. And man, he says smoke dope in the truck. No, definitely not.
Behind the truck. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Don't make those jokes. Oh my God. Okay, so praying for wings says, how long on average does it take to learn the job? So I told you that it was going to take 6 months to a year.
Yep.
Okay, before I would release you on your own to do this job.
Yep.
And how long was it before I was like, you know what you need to know?
3 months.
3 months. And he told me when he got hired, he was coming for my job. I think it was day one.
It was my interview.
Day one, he was like, I'm coming for your job. And you almost had it if it wasn't for that wreck.
Hey, I'm still coming for it.
Because I promoted you to supervisor before I promoted
Yes, you did.
Chad. You were the supervisor.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay. Ronnie Fultz says, why don't you get the PTO option on the F550 to run the vac pumps? Clearance. So whenever you run a PTO off of a truck, it's underneath the truck. And we are specifically equipped and outfitted to deal with rough terrain, difficult driveways and stuff like that. Listen, I have gotten a phone call from the same company 3 times. I love this company to death, but they're PTO driven, and they go down driveways and rip the PTO drive out of their truck. Now they can't work until that's fixed, okay? And they're calling us to come take care of their pumps. No, we have the F550s 4x4, and they're got clearance. Clearance is the issue. So,
And right now with the gas-driven pump, it doesn't also seem practical for us to, pay more money to have a PTO put on, because the one that's running off gas is doing just fine.
Little Heather's already waiting outside the door with a test. I've no idea what that means.
I said do it behind the truck.
Oh Jesus! Oh yes.
Yes,
Okay.
she went outside.
Oh,
She'd be the one to do it too.
Yeah,
The drug test.
Yeah, definitely. Holding the cup, pee in the cup. You don't impress me.
Yeah.
It's that country music song. Pee in the cup. You don't impress me much. Oh my god.
That's great. If dude's new nickname isn't Squirrel, you're wrong.
Yeah. Z Hoverboard says, does everyone start off digging holes?
Yes.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if you had a job doing something else 30 years ago.
I don't care if you've been a septic guy for 10 years. You're going to learn our way to do it. You're going to start and earn your respect of the crew.
Yep.
You are not going to come in here and be like, I've been doing this for 10 years. I know more than everybody here. Y'all need to learn from me. I'm the bee's knees. No, that shit does not fly here. You will start at the bottom, digging holes just like everybody else. And here's the deal. If you're so fucking great,
yeah, we should get along just fine. Show us.
Listen, show us. Dig that hole. Mamma jamma?
Yeah.
Okay? And listen, we will promote you up as quickly as you show us the skill set. Mm-hmm. Okay? But you're going to earn your place at this company. You're not just going to come in here and be like, digging holes is beneath me.
No.
I'm here for all the money and all the easy work. I'm 35.
Yeah.
I don't do manual labor.
Nah.
No. That is not going to happen.
A guy that's still here today, been here almost 2 years. He started out and he was almost a pump truck driver for a different company.
Absolutely.
And came in and started at the bottom and very quickly rose to be a pump truck driver. But regardless of the fact, had references and everything that said he could drive that pump truck and started at the bottom. And he definitely showed us that he can do it.
One of our best employees is who you're talking about.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Chris. And listen, when I tell you that Chris is the story of like success, he is one of the hardest working
Absolutely.
people. And by the way, Tonya does the social media editing and stuff like that. She's got a video and Chris is going to be in it. And it is going to be released on YouTube. We hope tomorrow.
Good.
But Chris is hilarious in that video.
He is.
And you will get to meet Chris. Let me ask you guys a question. Answer in the comments, okay? We have been wanting to do a series that is Meet the Crew, okay? All on YouTube. Is that something you guys would like to see? Would you like to see a Meet the Crew, a video introduction, a detailed deep dive into each employee, what their stories are, where they came from, how they came to be here? Is that something you guys would like?
We've already met with employees. They're more than happy to do this.
Yes.
We will do it at your demand.
All the employees are totally down with it, but we want to know if you want to do it. And I want to take a minute for Spawny420. Thank you again with the $4.20 super chat. He says, I'll pee in the cup if you hold it.
That's great.
Okay, so
somebody commented and said earlier that what do we do? So I think we'll go ahead and just jump on this. I think it's conclusive.
I think everybody says yes.
Yeah,
okay. There's 514 of you in here, and you guys are saying yes.
Yeah.
So, actually, I can't even read the comments.
Yeah, it's going so quick.
Holy shit. Okay.
Flying through here.
Wow. Okay. I think we get the point. We need to tell Tonya to do the Meet the Crew video. Listen, it's gonna take like a week, okay? Because we want to do it right.
I like this comment. It says I would like to watch them, and each employee should have their own theme song.
Oh wow! Yes.
So this gentleman has a 1800s house in the boonies and does any good books on septic design and would like to install a replacement myself and stay off the radar with county government. And that is at Exfilia, whatever.
Okay, so
no.
And then we have to get to this comment right here. But basically, good books on septic, they're all shitty books. Sorry, that was my pun. Sadly, there's not really that many good books on septic, and part of the reason is the rules are different in every state and sometimes every county. So getting good stuff like that is very, very difficult. Now, Anita Garrett says, my eldest daughter's boyfriend went and got hired at a family roofing business. He showed up wearing all white and then said he couldn't get dirty. What would you have done to him?
I took a handful of mud
and just doosh right there. Felony assault day 1.
Gladly.
Okay.
For that comment, gladly.
Take me to jail. Please, officer.
Happily.
I'm going to tell this story on YouTube and make $1,000. Take me to jail right now.
The other one that I saw earlier, and it kind of ties back into what we talked about earlier, somebody said, what if somebody wants to come in as a digger, as a helper, basically. That's what it's called if you just want to be a digger, as a helper, and stay there. The problem is that dives back into what we were talking about earlier. If you have no drive to do better, you're not going to be here long. And if you only have the desire to dig holes and stay digging holes because you don't want to do anything else, then you really don't have a place.
Listen, I'm here for the advancement and development and growth of people. If you're not wanting to advance, develop, and grow, why are you here? Okay, the Car Wash Channel Northern PA says, thank you for doing this channel. You're an amazing person. Anyone would be lucky to work for you. I love your videos. Thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. I super appreciate it. But here's the deal. Working here is fucking hard.
It is. It's tough labor.
It is hard work, okay? And I am not the nicest boss in the world.
Well, I won't get that far.
No, like there are times that I'm a dick.
Yeah, but we know why.
Especially if the job isn't being done right. If the job's not being done right, I'm going to climb somebody's chain. Yeah, if it's not being done the way I like it done, I'm going to climb someone's chain. I love it.
Generally, all in all, he's a good guy.
Todd Stevens says, take pride in your work or don't do the work.
There you go.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right. So, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
No, sorry. Was there ever a job that you thought for sure that I was going to be like, fuck this, quit, done, screw this job, screw this customer, and just walk off? Have you ever seen me like quit a job?
Like before we ever got to it?
No, like during it, like
during the job.
Yeah, just like determined that this is like bullshit. I don't think so.
I know one where you got close.
Okay, what about you? I've actually never seen you quit a job.
No,
I actually left him in a thunderstorm.
Yes,
in a thunderstorm
2 weeks
for
in.
8 hours, digging on one tank because he said he thought he could get it.
Yep, and it was 3.5 feet deep. And this falls back into having the drive and the willingness to do it. He called me every hour, and my response for the next 8 hours, every hour on the hour, was give me 30 more minutes. I'll have it.
And you did eventually get it.
After 8 hours of digging through rock and root and 3.5 feet
rain. It was pouring the goddamn rain.
Yep, but I got it.
It was. Erica Hammer says, I never noticed it before, James, but you've got some serious Jeff Foxworthy vibes coming from your inflections. Do I have Jeff Foxworthy vibe? Do I have inflections? I'm too shallow to have inflection. It's got to be a reflection. No.
Oh, my God.
Thank you very much. Jeff Foxworthy is somebody I grew up admiring his work and his accent. So,
yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the question at hand. Any job where you just said, fuck it.
I don't know.
There's only one like you got close.
Okay, let me ask a question. Who here at this company can outdig you, speed-wise?
Speed-wise?
Yeah.
Just regular dirt, no rock root, nothing.
Yeah,
like that?
just regular dirt. Like what?
Moonlight.
Oh my God!
Shut
He just said the dog could outdig him. No.
Chris.
Chris.
If Chris really gets his mindset into it,
okay.
he'll beat you every time.
All right, now, who have you seen? Who have you seen outdig me?
Nobody.
Because like I've specifically not gone head to head against you, but one time.
Yep.
But and listen, I'm damn near disabled. I've got 37% lung capacity, but I have not gone up against the person that could outdig me yet. Mainly just because I'm willing to die just to win.
I mean, you've gone toe to toe before,
and we've pretty much tied.
Yeah, we've tied a couple of times.
But
But you're still always that inch ahead
I
of me.
swear to God, I thought I was going to die at the time I was trying to dig you in West. It was South
Greg?
Asheville. It was
Greg?
South Asheville in that.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
That was what, 2.5 feet deep?
Something like that. It was awful.
And I was determined not to let him live. I seriously thought I was going to die.
I know what job you didn't even get to before you said, this is bullshit, we're leaving.
Okay, what job is that?
You and I were going to do a water collection.
Okay.
And we specifically took the truck because they said it had to be 4-wheel drive.
Yes.
And it ended up turning into a shallow riverbed that had dried up.
Yes.
And was not as wide as the truck. And somebody came along in a Prius behind us and wanted to go down it.
Yes.
You were a mile from the house and you said, nope, we're done.
Yes, absolutely. At the point that I am fording rivers to get to your house, we are done.
Oh.
All right. Chosen Generation with a $5 super chat says, really cool that you have Saul from that Impractical Joker on the stream. Question for you. Are you a Christian? The answer is no.
I am.
He is a Christian. I am not.
I don't appreciate the Sal comment, by the way.
What is Sal comment? What is that?
Hold on. I'll show you.
I don't know the Sal comment.
It's a show on.
You're not going to find Internet Explorer on my phone. It's hidden. Disregard. Never mind. Can you just click?
I don't pay enough attention.
I'm just kidding. Who is he? Why?
Him and three of his buddies. They challenge collectively each other to really dumb shit.
Oh, okay.
Like I'll bet you won't go up to that random stranger and ask them,
Oh,
let
you
him
would
lick your
lose
face.
money on me.
Let them lick your face or some shit.
You would
It's always
lose money
weird.
on me because I will say anything
I'm also
to
not a
anyone.
germaphobe.
I will
Sal
say
Volcano.
anything to anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Chosen Generation says really cool. Oh, sorry. Yeah, missed that one. The car wash channel of Northern PA says I am the same way with the car wash. I've had customers tell me if I quit, they would take their business elsewhere. Yeah, I mean, like seriously, never let a customer determine your job outcome. Depressed Trash Panda, best username
Yeah,
ever.
love it.
Oh my God. $1 super chat. Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it. I finally figured out the job that we quit before we ever got to it.
Okay.
It's the one where we dumped the truck in the ditch and I got thrown off.
That is true. We almost rolled the truck in this customer's driveway.
And threw me off the truck.
And she left us a bad review on Google.
I know, I saw that.
God.
That never happened.
Jesus. Okay. This lady lived at the top of a mountain, okay? And had fresh gravel poured, but didn't pay them to, well, they didn't do it right, okay? And then they cut a 3-foot ditch.
Yep.
And we were on the road. You were riding on the side of the truck, okay?
It had running boards.
And the gravel gave way
Yep.
on the side of the road, and we slid at least 2 feet.
Easily.
Okay, into the ditch. Pretty much sliding uphill because the gravel
Yeah.
gave way, which made it temporarily downhill.
Pretty much.
Okay. And the truck on its side, leaning,
Yep.
we almost rolled the truck. It threw you off the truck and you jumped further.
Yeah.
Okay. And we had to recover the truck. Our wrecker couldn't get there because there's
No.
just gravel. We were just sinking.
And this is why I'm hired. Because
Okay.
then redneck shit gets involved.
Oh, yes.
And we used a 9,000 pound rated ratchet strap to get a 23,000 truck out of a ditch.
And it barely worked.
It barely worked, but it worked, and it was tethered to a tree.
The freaking ratchet strap was tethered to a tree so we didn't roll the truck. That was what was keeping the truck from rolling. When we finally got the truck free, it was so tight that we had to hide behind the tree and cut it with a machete.
Yep.
So that we didn't get taken out by the ratchet strap. So, let's see. Eloisa with a $5 super chat says, do you want workers to outgrow you as a job, or would you rather they become really good and stay and work for you? I want them to outgrow.
And he's specifically told every employee here. this
Everybody
exact same
here, at some point, you need to leave this company and go do greater things. You've just got to do that.
thing. Now, we have also drilled this into him, and because he is a fantastic boss, he takes care of us. He pays for all kinds of lavish things for us that we wouldn't normally have anywhere else. And we have all basically told him that we're all going to grow in the company and eventually take his job and own the company.
Yep.
And we're going to stay here because we love the environment. We love the way the company's run. We love the way he runs it. We love him as for how he runs the company and how he treats us. So we don't want to leave.
This is the thing is at some point I want to be done with this company, okay? And I want to go to a beach for like a week. After a week, I'm going to figure out I'm bored and I'm going to want to come back to work, okay? But at some point, I would like a vacation.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I want you guys to be able to do this so well you can run the company without me. Wayne Deal in the chat. That is, God, what is that city? Up into the north. Hickory. Hickory Pumper that we...
Oh!
Yes.
What's
Wayne
going
Deal.
on,
What's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. So, what food or drink do you stay away from because of your job? Whether it's because it reminds you of something or knowledge you know of. Food or that we stay away from. I mean,
the food we find most common is corn.
Yeah, corn. I don't eat corn.
I eat corn. Bother me.
Yeah.
I do know a guy. This is a really interesting septic story for you that come from a friend of mine.
Okay.
One of his brother-in-law got electrocuted. And he was actually struck by lightning. And septage smelled like it fucked up his senses.
Okay.
And septic tanks smelled like vanilla.
Oh my God.
So he could never eat anything that had vanilla in it because all he could think of mentally was septic tanks.
That's awesome.
But no, there's no food I avoid because of septic tanks. There's foods I avoid for different reasons, but that's none of y'all's concern.
Tom Oliveira says, how much plumbing experience are you looking for? You got to be state licensed.
Yeah.
You have to hold a state plumbing license.
And I think that's required 8 years to take the test.
No, it's like 2 or 4 or some shit like
4?
that.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
man, that boys feed me a lot of shit then.
yeah. Hirish Nope says, how did you get such diminished lung capacity? It was a bad traumatic accident, and that's all I say about it. I don't talk about it at all.
You gotta be special.
Yeah.
You're not special. Right?
Yeah. So I'm not saying you're not special,
kidding.
but you're not special
kidding.
enough right now.
Yeah.
So, would you ever expand into Canada?
Yes.
Yes. No, because they've got Trudeau going crazy right now. He took away all the guns.
But I want I want a septic tank on the back of a snowmobile, Dad.
But the thing is like, would you go into a country that has Kodiak bears?
No.
And doesn't let you have a pistol or anything to defend yourself with? Like, Canada's going no gun.
Yeah.
Didn't they suspend elections there or something like that? Like, oh, God, no.
I wouldn't to do it.
Eloisa says, I'm special, sad face. Not a raccoon says, my mom says I'm special. That's great. That's why I love you guys. Is the freaking comments. You guys are great.
Will you be looking for electricians later on down the road?
We are looking for electricians now. Holy fuck. If you are a electrician and you have a state, North Carolina, state electrical license, find me. Okay? Like, I'm not even joking. Knock on my door. We're going to invent work for you.
Yeah.
Okay?
And from what I remember, unless it's changed, North Carolina is dire need of licensed electricians. And your license will transfer to North Carolina.
Oh, yes. They want to bring your license into the state.
Absolutely.
They definitely.
But you'll never leave the state because you can't transfer out. Found that one out the hard way. You still have rifles in Canada? Is it just no handguns? Just no pistols? You still have rifles though? No, they went and did the glitter beard thing without me. I was super upset about it. We had a fight. Ooh, what's my favorite thing I ever found in a septic tank? And I'm not Sal Volcano.
Wait.
What's my favorite thing you ever found in a septic tank?
Jacob found an engagement
Yeah, he
ring.
found a 14... My brother Jacob found a 14 karat gold engagement ring. I think my favorite thing was... It's between the queen size blanket and the snake.
Yeah,
I really liked.
There was also the Christmas tree, the plastic Christmas tree.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Tsunami Shijo says, "What happened to the Glitter Beer Challenge, or did the Alphabet Boys made you stop?" The glitter package. We can't say the other B word on here. Challenge. Yes, the Alphabet Boys did shut that down. It was not good. to get a visit. Listen, I'm here to tell you that the Federal Bureau of Investigation does not have a sense of humor. And if you mail, yeah, it was
Yeah, I
yeah. And if you mail things that are illegal to mail and it gets the United States Department of Transportation, Hazardous Materials Investigations Department interested in you, they call their friends at the Postal Inspector / Postal Police, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And when FBI agents show up and interview you, they have no sense of humor.
No.
They are... Now, I know they were fucking with us because as they were going back to their car, they were laughing and joking with each other, okay? But while it was going on, these boys had no sense of humor.
Dude.
Tried to make a couple jokes and they were just like, die. Like, literally, that's like, die.
Yeah, they could have carried less.
Chosen Generation says, hey, Sal, what's your favorite thing you ever found in septic tank?
Yeah.
I love that your name is now Sal.
Because of fucking Sal.
As soon as you say you don't like it on the internet, that is now
it's
you.
gonna stick
Yeah, okay. Matter of fact, I'm going to change your name tag.
I will stab you.
Favorite thing that I found in a septic tank, well, it's actually my favorite story of what got found in the septic tank is a lady hired us to pump out her septic tank because she flushed her favorite toy by mistake and then needed it recovered from the septic tank and took it back inside with her. Okay? So, yeah. Alan Lawson says, try to clean a full building and work out trains, and today I scrubbed 2 huge restrooms. No.
Now you don't say you got the job I couldn't do. I don't scrub restrooms. I couldn't.
All right, well, guys, listen, we have been on stream for an hour and 16 minutes. Preston Drama says, holy crap, I'd be terrified. Yes.
Yeah.
She took the toy back inside. Okay.
Gross.
She was so happy that she had it back. It was like candy for a kid.
I almost felt like I needed to go to church.
So, in any event, guys, we've been on stream for an hour and 17 minutes. There's 490 of you guys. We super appreciate you. Thank you very much. And by the way, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. 90% of our viewers are not subscribed to the YouTube. Subscribe, and we've got some great videos coming out, including Chris.
Yep.
And we've got a video coming out of me standing in a septic tank filled with sewage. Also, I have a merch store. Please check that out, both on YouTube and on TikTok. It's 2 separate merch stores. Check them out and get you some Septic Happens merch. Other than that, guys, have a wonderful day. Tsunami Shijo says you're going to need to open that D&D book outside. Probably. Yes, we found a Christmas tree in a septic tank.
Absolutely, that happened.
So, Joseph Ortiz says, please tell us who that lady is so I can blacklist her. No, sir. I hope you... Listen.
Client confidentiality.
Yeah, client confidentiality. Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later.
Peace.